Hello Blenderheads, my name is Nahuel Berich and I am speaking to you from Argentina. This is one of a few videos that cover several tips that may come handy during the production of game assets or textures. This technique in particular were used at the first game that I have worked for, a little game for mobile devices done inside Unity. You can find a link to download it at the description box below. What you're seeing here is a texture that will be tileable, alright? And I'm going to quickly go through the steps to do this. So this video is not intended to beginners. It's intended to mid-experienced users. First, we're going to start with Blender, where we're going to set up a camera, and this is going to be our reference frame. We can call it in a way. If we can call it in some way. We're going to set the size of the texture that we wanted, or 512, okay, and we're going to set the camera to orthographic mode and orthographic scale to 2. Why 2? Well, you're going to see it in a second. As you can see, the orthographic scale gave us any Blender unit of measurement inside the screen. So we're going to do at 2, and we're going to set a lot of I don't know, rocks, we can say, if we can say, call it that way. To do that, I'm going to use also a bevel modifier that I'm not seeing here. Where are you? Wait. Here you are. Okay. And also I want to... Okay. Now I'm going to try to fill this. I am instancing these blocks. And now we're going to fill in some holes. I'm going to put that in purpose. At purpose, you will see that this is out of the camera area, and there is a Y for that. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is to extend the camera area to up to 4. And here where the trick is coming. We're going to select all these objects and we're going to add it to a group. We're going to call this, I don't know, bricks, and set the cursor at the center and start creating bricks. Alright. Using Ctrl to snap it, we're going to snap it to a grid and move it exactly 2 units. We're going to do the same at Y. Tick tick. Okay. And we're going to fill this one here. And now you can see that all the centers of our instance object are at the frame border. This will give us the tileable area. Now we're going to select all this because we can see here that we have an overlap area, and we are not able to define, and that's why it has that weird color. Select type. Okay, now it's a nice circle. But as I was saying, you can you can distinguish which one is inside group or which one is object. So we're going to set to wire, and I don't want to do that one by one, so I'm going to right click and copy to select. So here we can see where is the tile area starting to work. I can see here an overlap area, and we can start to play with this. As you can see, here isn't any mathematical measure. The only thing that you have to be aware of is to work inside this perimeter of 2 units, 2 Blender units, and then extend the camera up to 4 to crop it into the middle and to have the tileable texture. From here you can start to, I don't know, sculpting maybe. Remember that these are instances, so I'm going to collapse and set this object to single user, and then we start to sculpting. Yada yada. Look at this. This is beautiful. Control D. And start to do our bricks. I did already this one, so I'm going to go one step further. Okay, I have my texture. I set up a plane, and I also have my instance objects. So to take these textures, I'm going to render them. I'm not going to use, in this particular case, baking because of anti-aliasing. And you may see that the normals that I can take from camera are not tangential normals. So directly you can take the normals from the render output to use it as normal bump, but with a few tricks of composition you can do it. It's not precise at all, but it works fine. In this case, my textures doesn't need any normals because it doesn't have any highlights. It's the textures of the game were only self-illuminated, if you can call it that way, shadeless textures. All was painted or baked. So why am I here at the compositing window? That's because I use file output to manage the output of all the channels that I need. I need amino occlusion shadow index object. You will see why in a second. Diffuse color if I want it, or normal or set. This goes to file output, and this file output object node had set the texture folder. There, all the textures are saved one by one automatically. I don't have to sorry, I don't have to go to the image viewer and set save. Yeah, directly this does the work for you. And also I have this ID mask to separate this plane here from the instances in order to composite the image later. Okay, so you saw that I had diffuse color as an output pass, shadow, amino occlusion, and object index, which one I set, as I said, to this plane 0 to the instances 2. You can see it here. Okay, this little number is going to give me the difference to mask this texture later. Okay, with this, just render. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to wait. I want this video to be quick. And here we have, as I said, normals can be used as this to bump normal bump, but you can do some tricks to get some similar results to tangential normals. In this object, that as we see here, the anti-aliasing of this output, it's horrible, but if we go to here, the output it's much better. Why? Because ID mask have an anti-aliasing option that anti-alias our future texture. What else? Nothing else. Now let's go to Krita and let's do a quick overview on this. First we have this diffuse pass that I haven't used, so let's turn it off. I have this inside the group, and this is this one. This is color diffuse, the pass that I had enabled here. Alright, and you may notice that I have different tones of gray and dark colors, and here is the trick. At Blender, all the bricks, all these rocks had the same material, and the material has a particular option which is called random. Okay, object info random, and this goes to a color ramp to try to attenuate a bit the darker colors, and then to my diffuse channel. I try to explain a bit more how this works. And as you may notice, this random option is going to take each one of the singular objects and assigning a white and black color based into a random number. Okay, I took this with my ramp, I set a few colors, and this is it. This is how I get that randomness of the different objects, and why I did different objects on the first place. So with this one I set in Krita a little group because I had also adjusted the tone inside Krita. Later on, this one here, you can see this is the difference, the gaps between rocks, and what I did was to take that index object pass and use it as a reference to do selections mask. Then just create a layer and paint on them. The same here, and here we have a tileable texture. And for this, we're going to see how to tile a texture inside Krita, which is incredibly easy. I took these pictures from my yard. You can see this was taken from a camera, doesn't have a great resolution, but it works for this. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to bring the image inside Krita, and I'm going to also make it a bit smaller. Okay, I have my texture, and if I hit press W, you can see that it doesn't tile at all. Well, Krita is marvelous at this because you can choose brush, select this one that is clone, control click to select the origin, and start painting on those seams. And you also can take, you can see that my image is here, you can also take as an origin the tile area that we are seeing here. So I can easily work this outside the texture to try to do it a bit more appealing to the eyes. Okay, notice that the texture is here in the middle, and I'm working all around freely and without the restrictions. And more of less, that is all. Then later I took this one, select the opaque, go here, inverse selection, erase, set this to multiply if you want it, or another blending mode, and we have here a different an extra detail map for our texture. There is a last tip, but very extremely important. Let's go again to our texture, our base color texture. You may not notice if I press W to see the tileable area, to grab the area around, that it doesn't exactly tiles. You can see here this line, here this line, etc, etc. Well, this is extremely easy to fix, and here is the trick. We're going to again use our index pass to generate a mask. We're going to return to our main texture, okay, and with control we are going to pick a color, and we're going to start painting the brick. You can see that the texture ends, the mask ends here, and I am painting outside it. Well, if you notice, I'm hitting W here. This is tile area, and if we go all the way around, you can see that the mask is on the texture on the brick. So yes, it also tiles also wrap around the mask areas. So I'm going to take this with much care, and I'm going to paint this one. I'm going to take out opacity because I don't want it. Okay, I'm going to paint here. Here you may notice this little border. That's because the threshold is not well set, but okay, I'm not going to go much around it. For this tutorial purposes, it works fine. It also give it some attitude. Okay, and this way you can easily fix this one done. This was done. This wasn't done. Okay. 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 Need to fix this. Here is a mesh function. I'm using an experimental developer version of Krita, and that's why if I pick color outside here, it's picking black. The release version, the experimental release version before this one, I picked here and picked the right color. I don't know if this is a bug or that this probably is, but I hope that you can pick colors outside the wrap area. So, well, here it is, our tile texture done inside Blender and Krita. If you have any doubt about it, just ask. And if you have any doubt, just ask, and maybe I do another video explaining in more detail some of the steps that I did on this tutorial. I hope that the video just like you, and see you at the next one. Bye.